Alright, day 5, and we're extending pretty close to modernity, to our current day right now, so that's pretty cool. Today we're going to be working on, I don't know how many we'll get through, but I feel like by the next day we're going to be finished. By day 6 is the goal, so we'll see what happens. Let's see if we can get there. Today right now we're going to go with Calvin Coolidge, Herbert Hoover, FDR, and Harry Truman. We're definitely going to do more than that, but this is what we're starting off with. Of course, starting off with Mr. Coolidge right there. To me, he just seems very unperturbed, so I'm going to go with this Zane head right here, just sort of a very neutral, like, you know, sort of face, so I think that'll work well. The thing that I'm dreading, honestly, is the torsos, because I feel like we're probably pretty close to running out of, like, you know, the suited torsos and everything like that, so that's going to be an interesting challenge. Let's see what we can do. Just so happen to have the right hairpiece in my bag of hair and heads right there, so that's perfect. Glad that worked out at least. Let's see what we can do about the suit. I'm gonna look through and see what we got left. It's probably not much. Alright, you know what's funny? I can literally just use the Guy minifigure from Guy and the Devil and just add hair, and that's Calvin Coolidge. So that works for me, honestly. That's less work, so I'm okay with that. There we go, Mr. Coolidge. Not bad, not bad. I feel like there's probably some heads that could work really well for him too, but I think this gets the job done. So definitely reminds me of him, especially like the hair and stuff like that too. I think that's definitely the best hair to go with. Let's move on to Herbert Hoover. I've got an idea actually, because I feel like the George Washington head that I used would almost work for him a bit, but instead I'm going to find a custom head that I made whenever I thought I lost the police officer guy from Jail Cops, Wilson. So let's see. I know it's in here somewhere. It's like a head that I like drew like cheekbones on because I couldn't find the head, but I think that'll work really well actually. I think that's. So I was trying to figure out like what head to use. I feel like there's, oh, there it is. Like, there's a perfect head. This honestly isn't too bad. Let's see. Here we go. This right here. I can buy that as Herbert Hoover, honestly. Now, as far as the hair goes, let's see. Let's look at the hair once again. Oh, here we go. I don't know, honestly. There's not really, like, a lot of, like, cuts like that. It is kind of like his, but I don't know. I'll look around and see what we can find. See if there's anything that sort of, like, I feel like can match that. I think we're just gonna have to use this hairpiece from Good Vibes here from the Stupid Cinematic Universe. I've got everything else figured out. I just borrowed the torso that I had for Mr. Morone, an old minifigure that I've had for a while. So this is a Lucius Malfoy torso. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let's see what it looks like all together. You know what, that's not terrible, honestly. I can buy that as Herbert Hoover. And with that, we are done with the black and white minifigures, or the black and white portraits, I should say. Now we're going to move on to color, which is pretty exciting, so we don't have to, like, guess as far as what their hair color is. Some of them I do know, but others I'm sort of, like, I'm just sort of taking a best guess at what I know about them and everything like that. But anyways, Herbert Hoover and Calvin Coolidge done. They've got the same exact hair, just in different color, but that's okay. That's not too bad, honestly. It's not too bad. The only difficult thing about FDR is figuring out if I have another one of these hair pieces. I should, but I don't know. But everything else, though, I already know what head to use and everything like that, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, this is very satisfying. I saw this head early on, I was like, yes, that'll work for somebody. At first, I was thinking Woodrow Wilson, but no, he doesn't deserve it. FDR deserves it. This is the head that I was talking about that could also work for Benjamin Franklin, but we already have a Benjamin Franklin minifigure, so that's fine. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty spot on for FDR, honestly. I just had a brain blast, so I couldn't exactly find the hairpiece I was looking for, but I remembered that I have two of these hairpieces. I want to save one of them for Bill Clinton, but you know what? I got two, so this is what FDR is going to be rocking. Also, this minifigure, oh, it's so stiff. This minifigure 100% would break if I tried to rip off the arms. If you haven't heard of brittle brown before, it's a problem where some of the older Lego minifigures from like around the 10s to like I don't know when they fixed it, but the dye that they used made the plastic and the dye they used for brown specifically and like dark red is very brittle, so it is notorious for breaking. So I think that's probably what is gonna happen here. So I won't touch him at all. Like, he's so stiff. Like, oh my goodness, he is old, so I think it's fine. His hair is usually a little better kept, at least in his pictures, but that's okay. I think this fits pretty well for FDR there. Unfortunately, I don't have a wheelchair, I don't think, but other than that, though, he looks quite cool. So I like that. Finally got to use his head. I'm glad that we did. This head would possibly also work for Harry Truman, but no, I think he's gonna get the Harry Potter treatment as well. Unless I can find something else that might work, but I think it's probably gonna be Harry Potter. To diversify it well, but I had this idea of using this head because I mean, obviously he doesn't wear tinted glasses, but in this picture, they don't look tinted, but you can, I don't know, something about them that's just sort of like looks like it has like a slight tinting, even though that's not the case. But yeah. Once again, the hair is the challenge here. I'm gonna have to look around and see what I got. I might just have to do the standard, like, you know, classic Lego hair, because we don't have a lot of that. I don't have a lot of other, like, unique, like, gray pieces left, unfortunately. Not that I can think of, at least. Out of all the ones we've made so far, this is definitely the weakest, but it's not too bad, honestly. You can probably tell what that is. I sort of ran out of these colored arms, so I gave him the scarecrow arms, but I think it kind of adds to it a little bit. I think that's kind of fun. But anyways, let's move on to the next set of guys. This is indeed where I'm going to stop today, so next time we're going to really get into like super modern territory, which would be fun, but some of these are going to be pretty challenging, I'm not going to lie to you. I think I might just make Ike bald. I think I could get away with it. I mean, he doesn't have a lot, man. It's fine. We have made JFK before, so I might skip on that and go back to that later. I'm not sure. And then so I can like recreate that minifigure. Maybe in the next video I'll start it off by recreating who all do we have? John Adams, and I think oh yeah, I need to fix Abe Lincoln and then JFK. I think that's what we'll do next. But Lyndon B. Johnson and then Richard Nixon. I already have ideas for Richard Nixon. Everyone else though, it's gonna be we'll see. What can I say? Since he's like a super tough military guy, it'd be kind of funny like having Ike have this, but the problem is that but that could be kind of fun. None of these heads are really striking me as very Ike-y, nor Lyndon B. Johnson-y, to be honest. I'm not sure what I'm doing about him, but that one's going to be a little bit of a struggle. This honestly isn't terrible for Ike. I mean, his face, it isn't like too far off from this, honestly. Look at that. I mean, he's a little more happier and a little more aged in the picture, but you know, I think that could possibly work. Honestly, that's not too bad. I wish I could give him hair, but I don't really think I can pull that off that well. I might have one option, but I'm not sure how it's gonna look. We'll try it out. I just realized I haven't really been thinking a lot about some of the Star Wars figures, but I've been thinking more about it now, and I can definitely see some that would work. And I don't think I need that hairpiece for anything else that I can think of. So that's gonna be good at least. Okay, hold on. I guess it's a little too much hair, but you know, maybe he grew it out, I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, today's video is sponsored by War Santeca. Thanks to him, I was able to get that hairpiece, so that's great. I guess it seems like a little too much. If I take off his hair, which I might do if there's, I don't think there's a minifigure that I need this for, but if I can, there we go. I mean, I think I might just leave him bald, honestly. Why not? You know, he's barely got any hair, probably just in the back, so maybe it's just covered by the top of the minifigure. That's my reasoning. So there we go. We're 5 for 5 so far. All right, follow me on this journey. This is meant to be a big final battle, right? This is the end all be all of fighting and stuff like that. So it would make sense if somebody put on war paint, right? Here is Lyndon B. Johnson. He's ready. He's ready for battle, alright? Don't question it. Don't even talk about it. He's ready, alright? This is him. He's good. Just don't question it, alright? He's basically the same. It's the same. It's perfect. It's fine. Let's move on. Honestly, this one pretty much just came together just by itself. We've got Richard Nixon. He may not be a crook, but he is a Lego minifigure. We got 7 done today, so I think that's pretty good. We've got Calvin Coolidge. We've got, of course, Herbert Hoover, FDR, Harry Truman, hairless Truman. By that I mean Ike. Lyndon B. Johnson. And then we have, you know, good old Mr. Nixon.